Good afternoon. This is our presentation on antivirus and anti-malware by Zoe Zhao and Amber Faruqi. And my name is Amber, and I'm going to be going over the first two parts of our presentation, and then Zoe's going to take it over for parts 3, 4, and 5. And first we have this adorable picture because we wanted to start out with a disclaimer that a lot of the following information that you're going to see in our slideshow applies to both antivirus and anti-malware because the terms are often used interchangeably, although they're not the same thing. They were often used interchangeably in a lot of the information that we could find online. Now we have this roadmap. So first, of course, we have Zoe is laughing right now, but that's okay. So first we have the introduction, then we're going to go into development. Then Zoe's going to be talking about alternative technologies, strengths and weaknesses, applicability, and then you get to see our table of authority in the end, and you left She accidentally left the Spanish in there, but it's so part 1 is the introduction. So we wanted to start out with some definitions, and first we have the definition of virus. And what's a virus? A virus is malicious software that attaches itself to legitimate programs in order to propagate or cause damage. And to combat a virus, of course, we have an antivirus, which is software that can identify and block many viruses before they can affect your computer. And once you install antivirus software, it is important to keep it up to date. Then we have malware. As we said earlier, it's not the same thing as software, and malware is any software code or computer program, including ransomware, Trojan horses, and spyware intentionally written to harm computer systems or their users. And then obviously to combat that, we have anti-malware, which is software that protects individual devices or entire networks from infections from a large variety of malicious software, because malware is just malicious plus software. That's where the name comes from. And a comprehensive malware solution should offer protection from viruses, worms, trojans, backdoors, ransomware, rootkits, spyware, adware, scareware, and fileless malware. And we'll go over it in more depth, but basically malware is the more umbrella term for virus, and includes virus, So how are they different? An antivirus protects against more established threats like traditional worms and trojans. It better protects from malware obtained from traditional sources, and it protects against more predictable and dangerous malware. And then by contrast, anti-malware protects against newer threats like zero-day malware. It protects more current online threats and dangers, and it protects against viruses from email attachments, while antivirus protects against viruses from USBs, for example. And as said earlier, while antivirus and anti-malware don't technically mean the same thing, people often use them interchangeably these days. So in its original sense, antivirus refers to a specific kind of software, one designed to prevent viruses, and virus means a program that replicates itself by attacking other programs and taking them over. So malware is a more general term for any kind of damaging software, and a virus is a kind of a malware, but not all kinds of malware are viruses. So next we wanted to get into how malware works. So there are many strategies available to guard against malwares, and one defense system is for the host system to isolate the malware. Other defenses are based on the malware's life cycle. So before, there's going to be the identification and the neutralization strategies, where it attempts to beat the malware before it becomes active or attacks the system. During, you're going to have the mitigation strategies, where it attempts to reduce the effectiveness or duration of attacks that have already occurred. And then after, you're going to have the recover and respond strategies, where it's going to attempt to undo the damage caused by the attack while preventing future attacks. And users can defend against malwares by implementing software programs that detect, alert, prevent, or cure the attack. So next, we have another adorable picture for Team Antivirus, because we wanted to get into how antivirus software works. So antivirus products work by detecting, quarantining, and or deleting malicious code to prevent malware from causing damage to our devices. And antivirus software usually works on one of two principles. Either it scans programs and files as they enter our devices and compares them to known viruses, or it scans programs already on our devices and looks for any suspicious behavior. But you should note that a strong antivirus software does both, so it's important to look at which kind of antivirus software you're getting. And modern antivirus products update themselves automatically to provide protection against the latest viruses and other types of malware. So we also just wanted to provide one example, and that is Fscanner, which is the most common type of antivirus in use today. And it is because a fast-growing number of viruses means that scanners should be updated frequently enough to cover these new viruses. So now we wanted to get into methods of detection. First, we have our signature-based detection, which is one of the oldest forms of antivirus protection. And it compares files coming into the devices to known malware looking for signature matches. And for the software to be effective, the antivirus data must stay up to date with the latest malware. Then we have the heuristic-based detection, which is similar to signature-based detection in that it scans incoming files and programs for matches to known malware. However, while signature detection looks for exact matches, heuristic detection looks for similar tendencies or patterns in a file's code. As a result, it catches malware that signature detection may have missed. And then last but not least, we have behavior-based detection, and this form of detection examines how files and programs act, looking for anything out of the ordinary. And to show the three methods, we have a picture of 3 adorable cloud puffs. And now we have our second part of the presentation, which goes into development. And while we could not actually find that much information on the history of antiviruses and the history of their development, we found a little bit of how when it first came about and who first, made the first antivirus. So how the technology developed. The late 80s were to be landmark years that set up the foundation of the entire antivirus software industry. And it was in 1987 that the German computer security expert Robert Fix came up with a program to get rid of Vienna, which is a virus that infected .com files on DOS-based systems. I'm sorry, Mr. Fix, I didn't know how to pronounce your name. The exact origins of the first antivirus are disputed, but this was the first documented removal of a computer virus by an actual virus program, which I thought was pretty cool. And this development of antiviruses continued well into the 80s and 90s, and more development continued into the 2000s, which brings us to where we are today with antivirus. And then we have this adorable penguin who looks like he's developing something. And now Zoe is going to be taking it away.
Hi, my name is Zoe, and I will be doing the second part of the presentation. So our third topic is alternative technologies. So there are many alternatives to antivirus/malwares. One such alternative is the online virus scan. An online virus scan is exactly what it sounds like. It's an online tool that's designed to scan your computer for viruses and other forms of malware. Online virus scans are similar to antivirus software. They will both scan your computer for malware. The difference is that online virus scans are performed online, whereas antivirus software is typically locally installed and locally executed. The second type of alternative is a firewall. A firewall is an alternative to antivirus software. You can deploy a firewall on your business's network. Once deployed, it will monitor network traffic while filtering potentially malicious traffic based on a set of specified rules. Firewalls won't neutralize viruses and malware, but they can protect your business's network from infection, just like antivirus software can. As you can already tell, a firewall is more of a preventative measure than any curing once an attack has already happened. Our third alternative is the Windows Defender. You can use Windows Defender as an alternative because it was originally released as an anti-spyware tool. Windows Defender, though, has since been upgraded with malware fighting capabilities. It's included in most new versions of Windows. If your computer has a relatively newer version of Windows on it, chances are that it has the Windows Defender on it as well. You can use it to scan for malware. If it detects any malware, Windows Defender will neutralize it. So, sorry to Mac users. Our fourth topic are the strengths and weaknesses. So, what are the pros and cons of anti-software/antivirus? Some of the strengths are that there is a wide range of protections on malware/viruses. For one, it protects viruses, obviously, and spyware, website ads, that's kind of fishy, spam, firewall, and anti-phishing. Another strength is that it's a cost-effective way to cybersecurity. Users these days in the current technologically advanced modern day, any user can install anti-malware softwares because they're very easy and accessible. Anti-malware softwares come in a variety of selections from free, which is probably not as good, to monthly or yearly subscriptions. The last strength is that the user can have the peace of mind when traversing through foreign websites. Some weaknesses are the system slowdown. Since anti-malware programs significantly slows down the overall speed of the PC, it may cause lags in systems. And these programs also uses a ton of resources such as memory from hard disk, so the user may also experience limited hard disk and memory spaces. Another weakness is limited protection. It's impossible to accomplish complete protection from any and all malware because these malwares and viruses are created by humans and thus are constantly changing and adapting, like the actual virus. There are also security holes that are prone to viral bypass. And as mentioned before, there is very limited detection techniques due to new advances. So our last topic would be the applicability. So some example products for antiviruses. New computers often come with a trial version of a separate antivirus product installed, such as McAfee, Norton, or Avast, I think. And there are some cute pictures. How to use antivirus products. So first, when you install or switch on your antivirus product, you should run a full scan to make sure that your computer is free of unknown malware. Second, make sure that your antivirus software is set on automatically scan all new files, such as those downloaded from the internet or stored on a USB stick, external hard drive, SD card, or other types of removable media. Last but not least, make sure that your antivirus software is set to receive updates automatically. Here are some things to look for when getting antivirus software. So the first thing we should look at is performance. Users should look for reviews or performance tests that compare how the antivirus software affects your system's speed and performance. You can also check if it slows down your computer during scans or regular use with free software trials. As mentioned before, system slowdown is a huge disadvantage for antivirus and malware programs. So it is a good idea to keep in mind whether the specific software you're using to scan for viruses significantly slows down your computer system. Another thing that the user should look for is security. The user should search for additional security features antivirus products can offer. For example, a VPN, a password manager, or other protection measures can add an extra layer of security for your devices. Assess the additional features offered by the antivirus software, such as a firewall protection, web browsing protection, email scanning, parental controls, and secure browsing. Choose the features that align with your specific needs and preferences. As emphasized by our professor, a password manager is extremely important. Yes, and also it's nice to have a VPN so you can browse contents that's blocked by the US. Okay. Another thing users should look for would be detection rates. Research the antivirus software's detection rates for various types of malware, including viruses, trojans, worms, and ransomware. Look for independent tests such as A/B test or user reviews that evaluate its effectiveness in detecting and removing threats. Reliability. Check on the official product website if the antivirus software receives regular updates to its virus definitions and database. Regular updates are crucial for staying protected against the latest threats. It's also a good idea to check the reputation of the antivirus software online. This helps you to see if there are any concerns about data breaches or threats to user privacy. Last but not least, compatibility. Ensure that the antivirus software is compatible with your operating system. So check if you have Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and any other devices you intend to protect, such as smartphones or tablets. Download a trial version or check out the user reviews to see how easy antivirus is to install, navigate, and use. A user-friendly interface is essential for hassle-free protection. There is our table of authorities, and that is the end. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. No. Wait, that's not how you go up.
Oh crap.
Press this.
Huh?
Did it? Oh my god. Presentation. It's not recording.
It is recording.
Wait.
See?
Oh, okay, we'll just take it away. Okay. Good afternoon. Shut up.
Oh, wait, let me start.
Okay. We can
Okay,
move
ready,
this.
set, go.
Good afternoon. Sorry, excuse me. Good afternoon. Okay, wait. Okay. Good afternoon. This is our presentation on antivirus and anti-malware by Zoe Zhao and Amber Faruqi. So here's a little roadmap. First we're going to... Oh god! It was a tongue twister. Delete that shit.
Tweaking.
Stop.
We gotta redo